नमस्कार विद्यार्थी मित्रांनो, मी विवेक कुमार आपलं स्वागत करतो आपल्या चॅनल जीके ज्ञानमध्ये. आजच्या व्हिडिओ लेक्चरमध्ये आपण मेजरमेंट ऑफ फ्लुइड प्रेशर हे बघणार आहोत. तो व्हॉट आर द टाइप्स ऑफ मेजरिंग इन्स्ट्रुमेंट्स फॉर measurement of pressure, fluid pressure, we have to see in this today's lecture. So we will start the lecture. Okay, so here we are going to see the measurement of fluid pressure. Measurement of fluid pressure. Measurement of fluid pressure we are going to see. So the first device is coming here is called as the barometer. Is called as the barometer. So this barometer, this device, barometer, an instrument that is used to measure the atmospheric pressure is called barometer. So barometer, it is the device is used to measure atmospheric pressure. Atmospheric pressure. Okay. The most common types are mercury barometer and aneroid barometer. What are the most commonly types? The types of barometer are, first one is types of barometer used are mercury barometer and aneroid barometer. Aneroid barometer. Okay. A mercury barometer is made by inverting a mercury filled tube in a container of mercury. How the mercury barometer is made? So a mercury barometer is made by inverting a mercury filled tube in a container of or vessel of container of mercury. Okay, so the pressure at the top of the mercury barometer will be vapor pressure of mercury. What will happen in the tube? The pressure at the top of mercury barometer will be vapor pressure of vapor pressure of mercury. Okay, so we will see here the construction feature of barometer. So this is the container. So this is the container. Okay, in this container consists of mercury and we have taken the inverted tube inside the mercury container. Okay, so here it contains the mercury. Okay, contain the mercury Hg, and this tube also contain the mercury Hg. Okay, so how to construct it? Take the any U tube and contain the Hg in this tube. The tube is open at one end and close at another end. Then keep the thumb on the open end, fill it with the mercury and keep the thumb on the open end and invert it into the container which contain the mercury. What will happen? The pressure at this point and the pressure at this point is same, because these are on the same level. At this point, let this point is A and this point will be B. The pressure at this point, because it is open to atmosphere, P atmosphere, and this point PA and PB will be same. Why? Because they are at the same level. So the column of this tube get adjusted to satisfy the hydrostatic law. It will get adjusted to satisfy the hydrostatic law. So here the pressure at A is same as pressure at B, because pressure A is open to, pressure at A is because open to atmosphere, so it will be atmospheric pressure, and due to this the column of Hg get adjusted to satisfy the hydrostatic law. So here you also know that if you are moving vertically upward from the free surface of level, so if you are moving vertically upward from this free surface of level, for example from the free surface of level that is above the atmosphere, this is the atmosphere, above the atmosphere, pressure is decreasing. You know that pressure is decreasing. If you are moving above the atmospheric, the pressure is going on decreasing. So you are on the suction side. So the gauge pressure will decrease and you will get the negative pressure, that is the low pressure. Negative pressure, that is the low pressure. If you are moving vertically upward from the atmospheric level, surface level, free surface level, you will on the suction side, that is on the negative pressure, that is at the low pressure. And we know that at low pressure we can boil the water even at 4 degrees centigrade. We know that at the low pressure we can boil the water even at 4 degrees centigrade. So also similar happened to the mercury. At this level, if you are moving up vertically upward, the pressure goes on decreasing, and here the start boiling and the vapor of mercury will form at this top. Vapor of mercury. So vapor of mercury will form at this top. Let it is denoted by PV. Is denoted by PV. Okay. Now we will move. Now calculate the pressure. So we will see the diagram here. Once again we will draw the diagram here. Now calculate pressure. Now calculate pressure. So we will start from this point. Taken this PV as a reference, we will start from this point. Okay. So it will be PV, vapor pressure of mercury, and you are moving downward, that is plus from this reference, taken this as reference. Okay. And you are moving downward, this will be PV plus rho into G into H. Okay. Because you have column of mercury, and at this point it will be equal to P atmosphere. Here you cannot take P atmosphere equal to 0, because barometer is a device is used to measure the P atmospheric pressure. Vapor pressure PV is very, very low for mercury. Vapor pressure is very low, so it is neglected. So the formula becomes P atmosphere equal to rho into G into H. So if you want to find out H, that is column of Hg, that is mercury, how to find out? We know standard atmospheric pressure is 101.325 kilopascal. Okay, so here we can calculate P atmosphere equal to rho into G into H. P atmospheric 101.325 kilopascal, so it will be 10 to 10 to the power 3 pascal equal to rho of mercury is 13600, G will be 9.81, and you have to find out H. So H will be calculated as, if you calculate, it will be 0.76 meter of Hg, or we know that it is 760 mm of Hg. Of Hg. So it is the standard atmospheric pressure with respect to column of Hg. It is equivalent to 101.325 kilopascal. Got it? So in fluid mechanics you can express pressure in pascal, kilopascal, or meter of column. Anything. So here, if you have to find out what is 600 mm of Hg in terms of kilopascal, we know 760 mm of Hg equivalent to 101.325 kilopascal. So what is 600 mm of Hg equal to what? Pressure. So cross multiply this. So pressure equal to 600 divided by 760 into 101.325 pascal. So pressure will be calculated as 80 kilopascal. So this is the generally barometer which is used for the calculation of atmospheric pressure. It is used to measure the atmospheric pressure. Now we will move to the next device, that is called piezometer. Now the next device is piezometer. Okay, so what is piezometer? Piezometer consists of a glass tube open at one end to the atmosphere and another end inserted in a pipe or a vessel. Okay, so what is piezometer? It is a glass tube. This consists of glass tube open at one end to the atmosphere and another end is inserted into the wall of pipe or vessel. Here the height up to which liquid rises in the tube is called pressure head. Here the height up to which the liquid rises in the tube is called pressure head. That is P equal to rho into G into H. We know that. Okay. And the one point here, it is only used to measure positive gauge pressure. Here it is only used to measure the positive gauge pressure. This is the important point. Here how we will construct, here we will see. So this is the pipe and the tube is inserted here in the wall of pipe. Okay, so let this is filled with the liquid. The pipe is filled with the liquid. So whatever rise in this tube This is tube and this is pipe. Okay, let this is point A and the height will be taken as will be h, and this is open, one end is open to atmosphere, that is P atmosphere, and we have taken P atmosphere while calculating the gauge pressure as equal to 0. Okay, so taken this is at open to atmosphere, take this as a reference. So how to calculate pressure at point A? Find pressure at point A, that is PA, you have to find out. So how to find out? Take this as a reference. So here P atmosphere, from this atmospheric reference pressure you are moving downward, so it will be plus, you are moving downward, so it will be plus rho into G into H equal to PA. Okay, and we know P atmospheric pressure is 0, so therefore PA equal to rho into G into H. This is the pressure, gauge pressure we have calculated, find out at point P, pressure at point P. Okay, and it is always used to measure, only used to measure the positive gauge pressure. Why it is not used to measure the negative gauge pressure? The point here is that, the point here is that if we attach the pipe in the downward direction, all the liquid will drain away, all the liquid will drain out. For example, if here I will note down, for example, if this is the pipe and I will attach the tube in the downward direction, so what will happen? All the liquid will drain away. So we cannot measure the negative gauge pressure. Okay, we cannot measure the negative gauge pressure. Cannot measure. Okay, cannot measure the negative gauge pressure. Okay, because all the liquid will drain away if we attach the second point here in the piezometer. Second point is that the height of the glass tube will be restricted as low. The glass tube height will be restricted to low. Why this is happen? We will see. In case of water, for water, take h equal to 5 meter. So we will find out P equal to rho into G into H. Rho is 1000. Taken G approximated 10 equal to 5. So it will be 50,000 Newton per meter square. Yeah, Pascal. It is called as the 50 kilopascal. Okay. So this is the 5 meter height we can take it at. Above the 50 kilopascal, it is very difficult to measure the pressure. Difficult to measure the pressure. Therefore, height of the glass tube is restricted. Okay. So for that purpose, for measuring the pressure above the 50 kilopascal, we are using which? U-tube manometer. For measuring the pressure above 50 kilopascal. Okay, we are using U-tube manometer. The second construction we have to see, that is U-tube manometer. So for low height, in case of water, for low pressure we are using piezometer. Okay, in case you have to measure the higher pressure, we are going to use the U-tube manometer. Got it? Now the next measuring device we have to learn is which? Manometers. The manometers we have to learn. Okay, Now the third device we have to use the manometers. What are the manometers? Now we'll see what is the manometer. A manometer is a device used to measure the pressure of fluid by balancing it against the column of liquid. Against the column of liquid. What is manometer? A manometer, note down, a manometer is a device used to measure the pressure of fluid, by balancing it against a column of liquid, okay. Then in manometer the basic point is to be remember that a continuous mass of same static fluid as a reference. You have to take reference plane as which a continuous mass of same static fluid. This is important point. You have to take the reference as a continuous mass of same static fluid. This is important. Okay. So what is meant by that? And points of horizontal plane will be same. The third point here, the points of horizontal plane will be same. Okay. So what is the take the reference plane as a continuous mass of same static fluid is that, see here, for example, this is the, I am going to draw diagram of manometer. Okay. So definitely it consists of two fluids. So here the one fluid in pipe B, here the one fluid, and here A having the another fluid. Okay. So what it says? It says take a continuous mass of same static fluid. A reference plane will be continuous. So you have to mark the reference plane. Where a continuous mass of same static fluid. So this fluid is, for example, density is rho m, and this will be rho of oil, any oil. So you have to mark the reference plane from the same static fluid. So it will be passed from the same static fluid, that is density of rho m. So it will be taken as a reference plane. So this is the point you have to note down. And the points of horizontal plane, so here pressure will be same. Okay, points of horizontal will be third point, horizontal plane will be same. This is the main important thing. Now this is the manometer. Okay. And this is point 2. So here having some here density will be same. Here having some fluid, whatever it may be, density as taken as rho m, density of manometric fluid is the manometric fluid. And here some fluid is in pipe 1, okay. And this is the pipe 2. the pipe 2. Okay, so the height will be up to this point. From point 1 it will be z1, and from this point 2 it will be taken as z2. So how to write down the equation we have seen here. Okay, so here by manometric principle, here the continuous mass of same fluid is here, so this will be taken as reference plane. This will be taken as reference plane. Okay, this will be taken as reference plane. This is pipe 1, this is pipe 2, and no point is open to the atmosphere in this manometer. Here no point is open to the atmosphere. So start from point 1 or point 2, no matters. You can start from any point. So we will start from point 1. So start from point 1. Okay, so here from point 1 will be taken as pressure P1. So this is the horizontal line, and move like this. This will be horizontal, and from this point you are moving in the downward direction. So whenever you are moving in the downward direction, and this fluid is consist of density ρ1, and this fluid is consist of density ρ2. Okay, and from this point you are moving downward direction. We know it will be sign plus. It will be rho into ρ1 into g into z1. Are you getting my point? Now you are moving on the reference plane. You are moving at this point. So at this point on the reference plane, this is the horizontal plane. It will be same. Now directly move. There will be no change in the pressure. It is within the horizontal. We have seen earlier in the application of hydrostatic law, point C to point D, which is on the same reference plane. There is no change in the Z. So pressure will be same. So no change in the pressure. So you are moving in this point. Okay. You are at this point. Now from this point, you are moving upward, Z2 up to point 2. So you are moving upward. So it will be negative sign. So it will be minus ρ2 into G into Z2 and equal to P2. So like this you have to write down the equation. Now find out the pressure difference, that is P2 minus P1 will be ρ1 into G Z1 minus ρ2 into G Z2 equal to, it will be P2 minus P1. So you can find out the pressure difference with the on two different pipes with the help of manometers. Okay, so difference of pressure between point 2 and point 1 will be ρ1 GZ1 minus ρ2 GZ2. So this is the concept of manometer. Okay, so here different types of manometers are used and also given in the syllabus. We will see one by one. So the first type is called U-tube manometer. Is U-tube manometer. Is simple U-tube manometer. So what is it is? So this simple U-tube manometer, it consists of U-shaped bend whose one end is attached to the gauge point or pipe and other end is open to the atmosphere. So it is simply U-shaped bend tube whose one end is attached to pipe or vessel and other end is open to atmosphere. Getting my point? It can measure both positive as well as negative, that is suction pressure. It can measure both positive gauge pressure and negative, that is suction pressure. Okay, it contains a liquid of specific gravity. Generally it contains a liquid of specific gravity greater than that of fluid of which the pressure is to be measured. What is the important point here? Here in the U-tube manometer, it contains a liquid of specific gravity is s, small s, greater than that of the fluid of which the pressure is to be measured. Okay. So here the U2 manometer construction is given. So we see here, this is pipe A. Okay. This is pipe A and it consists a liquid, a fluid here. Whose density is given as rho m, manometric fluid, and pipe A consists of another fluid of density rho, or specific gravity s. Okay, and here the height h is given. From this point here, height h is given. It will be h, and okay, h is given. Okay, how? Now you have to find out the pressure. Okay, you have to find out the pressure. So first mark the reference plane. Here height of manometric fluid also is given. From this point, height of manometric fluid is given hm. So mark the reference plane. We know we have to mark the reference plane where have the continuous mass of fluid of same fluid, continuous mass of fluid which is static condition is the reference plane. So mark this. Now here one end is open to the atmosphere for U2 manometer. This end is open to atmosphere. So here P atmosphere is acting. So we know the P atmosphere. While calculating the gauge pressure, we have taken P atmosphere as a reference value, so it will be as 0. We have seen in the first lecture of basics of hydrostatic. Okay, so start with the atmospheric pressure because we know the know the value of P atmospheric. So start with P atmosphere. So from P atmosphere we are going to start. P atmosphere we have written here. You are moving downward direction. You are moving in the downward direction from the P atmosphere. So it will be taken as plus. So it will be rho m into g into hm. Okay. You are moving at this reference point. You are moving in this direction, and at this point you are coming here. And from this point you are moving in the horizontal direction. At the horizontal direction we know there is no change in the pressure. So pressure at this point and pressure at this point is same. So you directly move to this point. Now from this reference point you are moving in the upward direction. So upward direction we have taken the negative sign, that is minus sign, minus rho, oil is different, rho into g into h. So you are moving in the upward direction. You are moving at this point. So at this point this is the horizontal. So pressure will be same, equal to, it will be PA. Okay. We know P atmosphere is 0 for calculating the gauge pressure. So it will be taken as 0. So directly we will find out PA equal to what is rho m into g into hm minus rho into g into h. This is the how we calculate pressure at point A with the help of U2 manometer. Okay. Now we will move to the next type of manometer, that is differential manometer. So differential manometer is generally used where you have to find out the difference of pressure between two pipes. Okay. For two different liquids, you have to find out the difference of pressure. So for that purpose, you have to use the differential manometer. So this is the type of differential manometer. Take, this is pipe A, this will be pipe A, and this will be pipe B. Okay, this will be pipe A and this will be pipe B. Okay, so it consists of a manometric fluid. Here it consists of a manometric fluid. We will see. Okay, this is the manometric fluid with density rho m. Now pipe A consists of some fluid, some liquid of density rho 1. Okay, this will be rho 1. Okay, and pipe B will consist of another fluid. Okay, of density rho 2. Okay, so the height of this given, the height will be given this will be h1. This point up to this point, from this point will given h2 will be given, and this is y is given. Okay, this is y. So find out the pressure difference. Find out the pressure difference PA minus PB. We have to find out. How to find out? We know, first mark the reference plane where the continuous mass of same fluid is present. Okay, so I will mark from this point as a reference plane because there is continuous mass of fluid is there, so it will be taken as a reference plane. Okay, here no point is open to atmosphere, so start here. No point is open to atmosphere, so start from any point, that is point pipe A or pipe B. We will start from point A. Point A we will start. So how can you travel in this shape of tube? Then, so that you can write down the equation. So I will start from point A. So here point A, pressure will be PA. From this point you are moving horizontally, same. Pressure will be same. From this point you are moving in the downward direction at a height h1. So it will be taken as, what is in the downward direction? So it will be positive plus. So it will be taken as rho 1 into G into H1 at this point. Okay, now you are at this point, now you are moving horizontally. Okay, so at this point you are reached, so pressure will be same at the horizontal level. Okay, now at this point you are moving in the upward direction. What is this? You are moving in the upward direction, so it will be negative, so it will be minus. What is the density of this? Manometric rho m into G into y. Rho into G into y. Rho into G into y. Now you are at this point now. Now at this point you are also moving in the upward direction. Okay, so it will be minus once again rho 2 into G into H2, and you at this point equal to, it will be PB. Okay, it will be PB. So you can find out directly PB minus PA or PA minus PB, whatever it may be, you have to change only the sign. So PB minus PA equal to rho 1 into G H1 minus rho M into G into Y minus rho 2 G into H2. So these are the pressure difference from pipe A and pipe B. This is the differential manometer. Okay, this is the differential manometer. Now we will move to the next manometer, that is inverted tube manometer. So what is inverted tube manometer? It consists of an inverted U-tube containing a light liquid. So what will it is? Inverted U-tube containing the light liquid. Liquid is light. Density is smaller density, lower density. Okay. This is used only to measure the difference of low pressure between 2 points where better accuracy is required. Okay. Used to measure difference of low pressure between two points where better accuracy is required. It generally consists of an air cock at the top of manometric fluid pipe. Consists of air cock at the top of manometric fluid pipe. Manometric fluid pipe. Okay. Manometric fluid pipe. So this is the construction of inverted U-tube manometer. This is the plane surface. This will be pipe A. And this will be pipe B, which is at the same level. Okay. This pipe 1 consists of some fluid. Having density rho 1. Okay. And pipe 2 also consists of some fluid. Of density rho 2. Okay. And here the fluid is manometric fluid. Here the fluid is manometric fluid, which density is rho m. Okay. So this is at height h1. Okay. And this is height is given h2. Okay. So here also the no point is open to atmosphere. To start any point from any point. So we will start from point A. First mark the reference plane. We know how to mark the reference plane, where the continuous mass of same static fluid present, we have to mark the reference plane here. Okay, we mark it. Now I will start from this point. Okay, from this point. So this is point A. I will start from point A. So pressure will be PA. Okay, at this point. And now we will moving in the upward direction. We will moving in the upward direction at height h1. So moving upward. So it will be minus rho 1 into g into h1. So you are at this point now. You are at this point. You are moving upward and you are now at this point. At this point, once again you have to go to the reference plane. So at this point, the fluid is changing in the upward direction. Now go in the upward direction. How much? It will be, distance will be h2 minus h1. So move in the upward direction at this point. So once again it will be minus. The density will be rho m because the fluid is different, manometric fluid. So it will be rho m g into what is the height? It will be h2 minus h1. Now you are at this point. At this point, move horizontally and come at this point. At this point, if you are moving horizontally, the pressure will be same. Okay, the pressure will be same at this point. Now from this point, you are moving in the downward direction. So you are moving in the downward direction. So it will be positive. So it will be positive. Positive. What is the density? Rho 2 into g into h2, and it will be equal to Pb. Equal to Pb. Got it? So this is the equation. What is the equation? Pa minus rho 1 g h1 minus rho m g h2 minus h1 plus rho 2 g h2 equal to Pv. This is the equation. So you have to write down this equation and solve the numerical. Okay, this is the inverted U2 manometer. Now the last type of manometer is inclined manometer. Is the inclined manometer. Now the last type is inclined manometer. What is inclined manometer? It is used for the measurement of small pressures and is more sensitive than the vertical tube type manometer. It is used for measurement of small pressure and it is more sensitive than vertical tube manometer. Okay, so we will see the construction here. So here take this point A, or here air is present and this is the fluid which is present here in the U2 manometer. Okay, U2 manometer, and you measure from this point. This will be S. Okay, let S, and take this is angle theta, and this distance we extend it, and this height will be h. Height will be h, and this point is P atmosphere, that is open to atmosphere. Open to atmosphere. Here H reading, this H reading is magnifying on this scale, this S scale. Here scale is put is here, and we are magnifying with the help of inclined manometer, magnifying the H on scale S. Okay, scale S. So here angle theta, so this angle also is theta. So we know sin theta opposite upon hypotenuse S. Therefore H will be calculated as S into sin theta. H into sin theta. How to calculate? Here pressure acting, that is pressure is acting. find out the P of air. How to calculate P of air? This is open to atmosphere. So start from this point. This is open to atmosphere. So start from P atmosphere. This is density rho. The fluid is density rho. So P atmosphere. And you are moving downward. So rho plus into rho into G into H. Rho into G into H equal to, at this point, equal to P of air. Okay, P of air. You are moving downward. We know P atmospheric 0. So P of air equal to rho into G into H. And we know H is equal to rho into G into H is equal to S into sine theta. Okay. So you can find out the P of air. Here sensitivity of inclined manometer. Note that sensitivity of inclined manometer is denoted by S capital S, is given by S capital S equal to 1 upon sine theta. It is given by 1 upon sine theta. 1 upon sine theta. Okay, 1 upon sine theta. So this is the types of manometers. Now that's it for today. विद्यार्थी मित्रांनो, तुम्हाला जर हा व्हिडिओ आवडला असेल तर आमच्या चॅनल जीके ज्ञानला अवश्य सबस्क्राईब करा. येणाऱ्या सब्जेक्टची व्हिडिओ लेक्चर सिरीज आपण लवकरच स्टार्ट करणार आहोत. सो लाईक द व्हिडिओ अँड शेअर द व्हिडिओ. थँक यू. धन्यवाद. जय हिंद. जय महाराष्ट्र.